Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this 11th intro for the show I call Coffee and Comics. It is a lovely Saturday afternoon. As you can see, I'm standing instead of sitting because my laptop is kind of exploded. Not literally exploded, but the hard drive, I believe, is gone. So I thank you, the sponsor, for watching this and sponsoring us. ScatteredComicBooks.com. They have I think, one of the best kind of work ethic and models and just a whole bunch of great artists and comic book writers. They put out a crap ton of books almost every month and almost every convention that is in Sacramento. So in order to have the new books for you and for the conventions, which is a good, smart idea, I would highly suggest that you go over to either Empire's Comic Books Vault, River City, Big Brother, any comic book store, almost any comic book store, don't quote me on that has Scattered Comics, and pick them up because they're amazing, they're great people, they sponsor this show, they sponsor a whole lot of other shows. Speaking of a whole lot of other shows, go over to TBP Studios and check out all of the great other shows that studio has. They have the Dan Sucks podcast, they have It's Ray, they have Green Up podcast, they have Idiots of Ray, they have a whole slew of just other great things besides this show you should go check out. So, today's guest is this girl that I've wanted to have on for a while. Her name is Blam. She did two college internships at Disney California, Disneyland, and then Orlando, Florida, Disney World. She has a slew of awesome, hilarious Disney stories because of those two times that she worked on both sides. This episode's going to be a two-parter because, like I just said, she had a slew of great Disney stories that I did not keep track of how long this episode went. And yet I don't want to rob you of all of the Disney magic. I'll probably get in trouble for that one. All of that magic that is in this episode. So that's why I'm going to cut it into two episodes. So you see the first part of this episode this week, second part of the episode next week. I'm just letting you know right now because it'll end abruptly and you'll be like, what kind of thing. So, just letting you know right now. I'm sorry it's going to end up abruptly, but it'll be worth it after both episodes come out because Sam is a pretty awesome girl. She has great Disney stories, and I just wanted to get her on because of all the Disney stories that when I first met her, I found out that she worked for Disney, and I was making all these Disney jokes. She was laughing, then we got to talking, and I was like, oh my god, you gotta come on the show and talk more about Disney, and she's like, oh my god, I would love to do that, and then finally, we got a chance to do it. So, here is the episode. I thank you for watching. I ask you to please go check out Women's Minicon and Empire Comic Books going on right now. So if you're not waiting in line for an iPhone, or if you're not playing Destiny, or you're not hanging out with your families, or that's fine too. Then go to Empire's Comic Books Vault. Check out the Women's Minicon. It's going on for another 3 hours. It ends at 4, so just, be mindful of the time if you want to go. But I thank you for watching, and please read more comic books. Ben says, where's Rolly? And we're like, he was in a cage that you put him in. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't know. Alright, so, welcome to Confident Comics. I'm gonna move this table. Maybe not, no, okay. What's it? I've been wanting to get this lady, Sam, what's your last name? Bland. Sam Bland on because she used to work for Disney. Like at both theme parks?
Yeah, both
California
resorts. Yeah.
And Orlando.
Yeah, Disneyland Resort and Disney World Resort in Orlando.
Okay, so basically we met at this comic book store, right? And you were talking about, what were you talking about? You were talking about, I think you were talking about Disney.
Probably.
And like Captain America experience or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I started making some Disney jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, listen, we need to talk more about Disney.
Definitely.
Because my sister, when she was young, was a huge Disney fan. Mm-hmm. I mean, now.
Yep.
Pretty sure my sister could like trump every girl I know that's a Disney fan now.
Some trivia.
Oh, good lord, there was so much Disney stuff.
There is a lot. It's like over.
I remember my sister having me sit on a carpet as she was singing. And I'm like, why am I doing this? She's like, pretend you're flying a carpet. I'm like, first of all, if I'm pretending to fly a carpet, the carpet would fly itself. That's how it was in the movie. He wasn't, Aladdin wasn't like holding the
steering.
Yeah.
He didn't have a steering wheel for it.
No. Anyway, yeah. So nowadays, that now Disney is just like expanded and have so many princesses. It's ridiculous.
It's too many princesses. It's way too many.
Yeah, and I know a lot of girls that dress up as the princesses and the sidekick of the princesses, which is a huge subgenre of itself. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, good lord, people.
Oh yeah.
I love the Power Rangers, but holy shit. So, but no, she kind of took that curtain of like everyone thinking Walt Disney is amazing place and all the princesses is the fairy tales and everything. And she just like opened the curtain. She's like, see, this is real Disney. And I'm like, oh, we need to talk. Because this is great. Now, for how many years did you use both places?
I didn't really, like, if you wanted to say, I mean, it was kind of like almost counting both as like almost one whole year because it was basically an internship that I did.
Right.
So I was there for about 5 or 6 months each, for each resort, and I was there from August to January each time. It's Disney College program for those of you interested. So it was all. Basically what I did is I worked in the parks, some aspect of the parks, the resorts, and I got to take classes provided by Disney. So you get to meet like Imagineers and all that fun stuff.
Pixar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just be like, listen, you're gonna learn how to love princesses. You're gonna learn how to be your best.
Yeah, it was more than that too. We got the opportunity to like learn how to market ourselves, but also learn how to like meet a whole bunch of people in the company while you're there. So like a lot of people who wanted to do like Marvel or Disney Interactive, they had jumping on points from that. So if you're interested in things like that or animation, it's definitely something to check out. I got to meet the vice president of Disneyland Park because of it too. Yeah, he's a pretty interesting guy. I mean, it's more so his kids that were interesting.
Right.
It's like he has a. I think he might have moved up a ladder since then. But he's got 2 kids and his son really enjoys 70s, 80s rock with him. So it was just kind of funny how he just kind of jumped off from that as a jumping off point. And,
to going, I want to work for Disney.
Well, let me tell you about some rock music, kid. Let me tell you about my music. So it was pretty entertaining. Also at Disney World, well, let me tell you what I worked in both parks. So Disneyland, I worked as what they call a park greeter. So I got to take tickets and check the annual passes for both Disneyland, Disney California Adventure Parks, and kind of go back and forth throughout the day. Then I also had an entrance at the monorail from downtown Disney, and one over at the Grand Californian, because that one has from the hotel right into the park. And I also got to check bags, which is very interesting. Let me see.
I know that well too, because I'm at the airport, and it's just.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because there's a lot of things you can't bring into the park. Some people are a little surprised that you can't bring it.
It's like you can't bring anything other than Disney stuff.
I mean, you can't, like, the nice thing is, like, you can bring food and water. Bring food, bring water.
Right.
If you're going to go into the park. You can bring food. Don't spend all the money. Just bring snacks.
Right.
At least. You can't bring in, like, this one guy. You know how they have, like, those collars that have, like, spikes on them? No spikes. No spikes of any kind. And even, like, girls who have, like, those spiky jeans and stuff, no spikes. Don't do it. If it's not, like, those little small square ones that are more like a stud, don't do it. Don't bring it to Disney. No skateboards. However, you can technically bring one into downtown Disney side if you're coming through their parking lot. So what would happen is we'd have people from downtown Disney with their skateboards and their bikes and whatnot come through the gate, and they can't come to the park with it.
Right.
But if they're trying to get to the street on the other side, it's our job. One of the positions that we have, which was my favorite position working there, it was called the runner. So there's runners on each side of the two tents on opposite sides of the entrances. And they have a walkie-talkie, and they have it on at all times. An earpiece, yep. They've got it all on at all times. And it's their job to make sure people have cups in case someone brings any glass bottles. No glass bottles.
Right.
Obviously, you can't bring any alcohol in.
No.
So that's another one.
Even though 3 Disney movies had alcohol in it.
You cannot have alcohol in the park. You can.
The best place on earth.
You can buy alcohol inside California Adventure,
right.
And you can, if you happen and manage to go into Club 33, you can buy alcohol in there in Disneyland.
I heard that Club 33. I heard Chris Hardwick talk about Club 33.
Love Chris Hardwick.
Yes, that's a very an exclusive.
It is. I've actually gotten to go.
Really?
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
I will definitely. I'll go into that after I tell you my job.
Okay.
Now he's excited.
I am excited. I didn't know Disney. When I heard about it, I'm like, wait a minute. Disney has a VIP club?
Oh yeah, I can go all into that too.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we can go back into all the different things that I got to do in that specific.
I'm sorry for derailing.
That's okay. That's okay. It's a good thing to touch through. So park reader get to run. So your job is to escort those people with the skateboards and whatnot to the other side. And also for wagons, if you bring in one of those long wagons, you or a rolling backpack. No rolling backpacks. If they have a strap, they can put on because people would trip over them because people aren't paying attention. That's the thing. When you come into Disney, you take it's a common joke. You take your brain and you leave it at the front of the gate.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
but especially now with Marvel.
Yeah.
And everything.
Totally.
Okay.
So. People don't think a lot. Another thing you can't bring in is mace. No mace. So if you want to come into for any of these things, if you want to come into the park, you're going to have to surrender it to us.
Right.
There's no way you're getting it back.
Right.
And it just goes into this little mailbox thing, and we pop it in, we never see it again, so we don't know where it is. So
essentially you're a TSA for Disney.
Exactly. I was TSA for Disney. And I thought when I took that job that all of it was just going to be me taking people tickets, taking people's tickets. And then when they told me, you're going to have to deal with all these weapons and things, I was like, this is not the job I signed on for. But I mean, I had a lot of fun with it because I used a lot of jokes and interaction things. There's always a lot of things that parents will bring in to the park, especially the moms. Moms have got the super stuffed bags, and some of them have got huge amounts of bottles of water. And so I'll say things like, "Oh, are you a mermaid? Did you get legs now? Is that why you need all this water?" And they're like, "Oh, you." So you just kind of wine them and dine them through what you say. It's really fun.
It's so great.
And at Disney World, so my job at Disney World was I was in attractions, and that's with all the rides and stuff.
Right.
So I got to work the Buzz Lightyear ride.
Nice. You're like, let me tell you something. Blacklight is not awesome to see all the time.
I mean, there is that, but luckily we're not that kind of ride.
I'm not saying that way. I wasn't insinuating, but you.
Well, I'm insinuating it because there are rides that have that, which we can get into too. Anyway, so Buzz Lightyear ride, the Carousel of Progress, which is for those of you who don't know, it's been around since 1964. It was at the New York World's Fair, brought by Disney. It's one of the things that he really liked. It was about the progress of inventions throughout the future. So like from the 1900s to today, but like now it's kind of like the 80s mixed with like 2000. It's really weird. But the thing that made it so interesting was that you had this whole ring of seats and this divider of rooms. And after each scene, it would rotate around to the next scene, and that was like the big attraction. Which that's another ride too, and we can get into that. We can get into that too. And then the last one that I worked on was Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, which was my favorite of the ones I got to do because there's a lot of stuff. A lot of fun stuff. If you've ever seen Turtle Talk with Crush at Disney's California Adventure, it's a lot like that, but better. With a bigger audience and a lot more fun. So.
Just a lot of characters moving around.
Right.
Like animatronically.
Yeah, no, not it's much different. They've got a video thing, and there's like they're kind of like puppets and
They're not the old animatronic like Small World after all.
No. If you want that, you can go to Carousel of Progress. You can see that there.
Welcome to the Carousel of
Progress. Yeah, exactly.
Chris Pratt. What? Was it speaking future things? Star Lord.
This is the Carousel of Progress. It is the song that they sing is "There is a great big beautiful tomorrow." So the great big beautiful tomorrow could be Star Lord. You just don't know.
Could be.
Now with Marvel, it probably is.
Oh, could you imagine them turning that around, and instead of the Carousel of Progress, now it's just like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like you get your how to.
What if it was like a training thing for little Guardians?
Yes, or like it shows how like Star-Lord became Star-Lord.
Oh yeah, so kind of like what we have now at Disneyland with Thor and Captain America.
Oh, I see those pictures all the time.
They're so good. It's really fun. It's really fun to go and wait through the line and see that stuff. There's not too much there, but there's enough that you get excited over it. So there's that. Unfortunately, who knows when we're ever going to see Marvel stuff in Disney World because of the whole Islands of Adventure thing. And
I heard that they were going to like make a whole Star Wars land section.
That's a good question. So there has been talks about doing that over in Hollywood Studios because they have their Star Tours. Okay, here's the thing. Coming from California to Disney World.
Right. Completely different.
You've probably been on Star Tours now with 3D and everything. It's a long line, right?
No, to be honest, I have not been to Disney since I was 10.
Okay, good to know. So it's like average is about 40-minute wait.
Good God.
Yeah. So, but in Hollywood Studios, it's kind of not the biggest thrill as it is in Disneyland because they have like the Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster.
Right.
So it's about the longest wait that I've ever had to wait for. It was 20 minutes. You zoom through it, and it has a really nice queue and everything, and it's really cool because they've got Endor and stuff, and like
that's pretty awesome.
They have one of the AT-ATs there, and it's awesome. So that's cool. Where was I going with that?
No, I'm just saying like how obviously we're watching Star Wars. New Hope's on, and we're talking about Disney.
Oh, that's right, the new land. So like they might add on from that area more stuff because like the Star Wars stuff is pretty lucrative for them there. They have the Jedi
I would
Academy.
imagine.
It's great. There was a once, I don't know if you've heard about it. So the Jedi Academy show, they have them at both parks. And these kids sign up, or at Disney World they sign up, and they get to meet their master and everything, and Darth Vader shows up, you're like, I'm gonna crash this party, you're all coming with me, right?
Right.
And,
does he start dancing?
Darth Vader, no. Okay. That's only for the special thing that they do, the Star Wars weekends in the spring.
Okay.
It would be great if you dance all the time.
You guys just put on a helmet, like, I don't want to fucking dance anymore. I'm supposed to be a bad guy. Why am I dancing?
So Darth Vader shows up, and one of my favorite lines that he says, and then the master kind of says something after him, because he's kind of guiding the student. And so Darth Vader says, your destiny belongs with me. And the master says, your destiny belongs at an Ivy League school. That's a big setup, I know, but that's one of my favorite things.
I got it. Because why would Darth Vader talk about an Ivy League school when he wanted to kill Obi-Wan in the first place?
Exactly. So it's a possibility. Like, I've heard that that's where, if there is going to be one, it's probably going to be at Hollywood Studios.
Okay, makes sense.
And they're still going with the Avatar thing for Disney's Animal Kingdom. And when I heard about it, it was the most bizarre thing.
James Cameron's Avatar.
I can't believe they're still going with it, because I just don't see them making money off of it.
Right, because the first Avatar movie, that was what, 2000?
Yeah, it was a while ago. And I don't think it really caught on that well.
No.
It was just like, look at the spectacle, and then nothing. There wasn't
and
really
then
much
it's like, guess what, guys? We're making 2 more movies. All right, when are they coming out?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to go work on this Terminator movie, and I'll be back.
See a piece.
And then, like, I see pictures of, like, the guy that dresses as Captain America. Mm-hmm. He has the Avengers costume on. Mm-hmm. Does he ever get the Winter Soldier costume?
I feel like maybe, yes, maybe, but considering at the end of the movie he does show up in his, more...
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably not, because, like, think about it this way. Tiana, Princess Tiana has, like, 3 different dresses.
That's a lot of dresses.
But she's got that big green poofy dress, and that's her signature dress. This is Captain America's signature dress. More signature costume, but, you know.
So the one that everyone says that makes him look like a cheerleader in Captain Puerto Rico.
Yeah, well, they gotta pick the one that the kids will identify with most. If they keep it with this one, they're like, that's Captain America. No matter what.
So no matter if you want, like, you can't get, like, the buff, awesome looking Winter Soldier Captain America.
I wish.
Which, by the way, my uniform for work now that we finally got after 3 years looks like the Winter Soldier colors.
Nice.
And so I went to my boss like a week ago. I'm like, just to let you know, without your approval or with your approval, I'm coming to work on Halloween and I'm wearing the Winter Soldier costume.
Nice.
Okay, and I'm bringing the shield with me. I'm getting magnets. I'm going to put it on my back, take it off.
Do the whole thing.
He's like, you're going to have to go through TSA the whole time. I'm like, did you not hear me? Captain America shield on my back.
It's going to work.
All day.
It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, so, but that sucks though.
I'm sorry.
No, I
sorry for your loss.
I can imagine the guy being Captain America and loving his job, but yet going,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Just like, how come I can't wear that costume?
That was the cool one.
Kids will love me so much more if I wear that one instead of this one.
I want to be this dork.
This one, I mean, I got red gloves on. He has awesome leather ones.
That reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen, you're on Tumblr, right?
Yes.
You've probably seen, there's a whole bunch of jokes with the Winter Soldier that are Toy Story related. Like, where he does the one with the tea party and everything. Years of academy training wasted, and then where they have a picture of Captain America out in the battlefield, and he's like, "Hey, Bucky, give me a hand," and he throws his whole
those Toy Story movies got me so much, especially the third one.
Oh,
like when they're all just like
together in the furnace. I thought that was it.
Just like right here.
Oh my gosh.
Just right here. Just like that's That's my childhood right there.
They got me, like, right in the beginning when they said no Bo Peep. I'm like, no Bo Peep. No Bo Peep.
Oh,
what kind of movie is this?
I wasn't going to see this movie because it was like, I'm kind of done with Disney.
Right.
And I lived in Seattle. I was going through a little rough patch. And I was like, I'm done with kid stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to be an adult.
Right.
And then...
Adult.
Yeah, I know. And then I was going on this blind date. And this was like my second year in Seattle. I didn't know where to take a woman. And so I'm just like, well, let's go to the movies. And there was a movie theater like on the top floor of this expensive mall. And I wasn't very good at picking the movie theater either. Because what was playing was over-the-top romantic comedies, which is not good for a first date.
Right.
Because that just shows you, like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that.
Right.
Even though I couldn't stop talking the entire time. And so I think she thought I was already crazy. So the only movie that didn't insinuate anything romance, Toy Story 3.
Nice.
And so we saw it, and then
you bawled your eyes out.
I saw that part, and just like, I'm like, no, and just like, tear, and just like, she heard me sniffle, she's like, you crying? No.
I'm fine.
It's cold in here.
Yeah.
Allergies. I mean, that's kind of sad. I think so. Yeah, that movie. Ugh. All three of those movies.
Yep. So good.
Okay, so let's talk about... I've not seen Frozen. I'm probably the only one that hasn't seen Frozen.
There's still some people. They're out there.
Right.
There's a support group.
Yeah, I should go see them.
Yeah.
No, but you were saying that Frozen is not really that big of a deal.
I think it's a little bit of...
Did you see it?
Me?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Look, the guy that has not even worked at Disney is saying that it's amazing.
I saw it, and it was awesome.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's great. I think the music is spectacular.
Right.
The costumes, spectacular.
Of course.
Some of the animation, it's pretty good. I mean, for
Right.
CGI animation, it's really
Right.
good.
For all the Let It Go jokes.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Just
all the girls that I try to hit on with using those jokes.
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
No, go on.
No, that's probably good. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody just loves Frozen, and I think it is a great movie, but I think we just kind of put it up to the standard when it didn't really need it much when it came out, because there were a lot of really good movies that I think, just in terms of like the Oscars, that I think should have deserved it. Like I can't think of the name of it. It was Hayao Miyazaki's
Godzilla?
film. No, Godzilla.
Sorry, that was racist. I didn't mean to be racist.
No.
Sorry. Her Japanese name, thought of Godzilla. I'm gonna let it go.
Hayao Miyazaki. I can't think of it. This is the airplane one. That's what I call it. It's the one with the airplane that's not Porco Rosso.
Let's just let it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Horrible.
Those come in handy so much. Wait till you see the movie, then you'll have more. So that's kind of my take. It's great, but I think we put it. It's overhyped, and we put it to this like standard that I don't think it deserves to be in.
Right. Almost like you need to let it go.
Yeah.
See, there's so many of them I could use.
You could write a book.
I could.
You could write two books.
I could do a whole stand-up routine about
just Frozen.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah, and people would not like me, but
Good.
I would ask them to build a snowman. See? Again. And she's already fine with it. Okay. I'm gonna say. No, okay, so Frozen is good, but it's highly overrated.
Yes, that's what I think.
But the cosplay, like, I've seen girls, I know girls that cosplay as Elsa, and I've told her before, I don't know who the other one is.
Yep.
Okay.
So
no one cares.
No one cares.
Everyone cares about. Everyone cares about Sub-Zero's wife.
Yeah.
No, I've seen all their costumes, and they're like,
Right.
they've taken a needle and they just the whole time, probably listening to the soundtrack, just like
let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
So you do it so much better than I do.
Well, I know the lyrics.
I know. I don't.
Here I stand in the light of day.
Oh my god. Okay, but obviously, when I saw that part where controls ice, I was thinking to myself, obviously Sub-Zero is going to be coming into that.
Well, there's a lot of casual jokes that she is the wife of Frozone from The Incredibles.
And that's what he's screaming to. It's like, where's my super suit, woman?
Why do you need to know?
Oh, and she's like actually fixing it, using her powers, and he doesn't know that she has powers, so that's why he's just, we could totally just like take Incredibles and Disney, get on that.
Work on it.
Get in. Oh, look, there's like 3 birds getting killed with one stone.
Yep.
Frozen Incredibles, interracial dating.
Well, you know what? They're making an Incredibles 2.
Could put Elsa in there.
Think about it.
Although she's going to be in Once Upon a Time. Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
By the way.
I think it's a marketing thing. It's because people love Frozen. People love Frozen. That's all you can really say about it.
Before Frozen came out, people used to hate freezing. Or stuff being frozen.
Yep.
Now Frozen comes out. I love Frozen.
Yep. At least it's how it is in California. Because, in the Midwest, where they have all the, last winter, they had all the snow, and they're like, curse you, Elsa! So, they really did. People were like, oh, it's because of Elsa and stuff.
Oh, no, but I want to also, hang on. Keep talking about Disney.
Okay, Disney, Walt Disney, Walter Elias Disney.
Yes. But I'm trying. There's that women's minicon that's tomorrow.
Yep.
That is already coming, and you might be coming if you not have any other plans.
Yep.
So I'm going to be honest right now. I'm going to say it on video, but Sarah Stone is one of the main guests that's coming. She did this wonderful comic book right here, Transformers. I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know that she.
Ben, do you have Above the Clouds? I will promo that because I know she's coming too. Keep going.
No, I didn't know a damn thing about Sarah Stone. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm reading it obviously now.
And then how do you?
And I'm looking at your art and.
Okay.
Ben, you don't have to whisper. We already know. Everyone already knows who you are.
I guess I've been talking through the whole thing.
Yeah, no need to whisper.
Doesn't matter.
No, but I've started to look. I try to look you up. That sounds creepy. I try to look you up and find more information about you. So we can have a conversation and everything tomorrow. But as I'm looking through this comic book and seeing your art, Sarah Stone, if you're watching, probably not. You're amazing. You have amazing art. I mean, it looks like she just literally sketched this.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks like she literally just sketched this 2 minutes ago and colored it and just the color's not really. I didn't do it correctly. Just what are you talking about? Kind of art. So I have a bunch of artists, which is horrible too. We're both looking at comic books.
We have ones to recommend, but they're going to be at tomorrow.
But yeah. So come to the minicon and see Sarah Stone, and if you have this comic book, also come to Women's Con and meet
Melissa. I can't pronounce her last name, and I really need to ask her to remind
Melissa.
me.
Let's just go Melissa. Or Maleficent.
I just say Pagliuca, but I'm not sure. Pagluica. She's got her own story. It's absolutely beautiful just to look at.
Oh.
And she also does some work for Adventure Time comic stuff.
It looks pretty amazing as well.
It is. It's about this girl named Eiley, and kind of follows her own little story. There's only two issues out, but it's beautiful just to look at, and she's super, super nice. So she's got some great art too. You can find it on Etsy. So come take a look at it.
Etsy's a pretty. You get lost in Etsy.
Yeah, you can. You
Jesus
seriously
Christ.
can.
I get lost in Pinterest, and I'm a guy.
I think you told me about that before too. You said that one.
I was just I have Pinterest on my phone right now, and it's it helps me with my cosplay ideas.
Oh yeah, that's what I use.
And then just I'm just looking. I think I'm looking at it for 2 minutes. I look up at 4 hours later. I'm like, holy, what the shits?
How did I get to this point?
Okay, so Favorite Disney movies?
Oh, okay. In terms of animation, for like the first Renaissance has to be Cinderella.
Okay.
And then post the 90s Renaissance, Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, great.
So good.
So good.
Great music,
Right.
beautiful artwork.
Right.
A
Plucky
lot of
sidekicks.
plucky sidekicks, but not too plucky.
No.
Really darker themes than most Disney movies will go, and I really like it for that. I think it pushes a lot of boundaries for that. So,
Burger King, when they had the toys out,
oh my gosh,
I ate so much Burger King to try to get the knight. And I kept,
Phoebus.
Yeah, and I kept getting the dude with the hunchback. I'm like,
Oh, Quasimodo. I want all these Quasimodos.
just want the badass.
Yeah, give me Phoebus.
Okay, there we go.
Great.
Yeah.